model who I got to meet when I was in Tampa a while back. That's where she made her debut after 10 years of that competing. One of these young ladies is one of her, I would call her stablemates. She's coached by the same coach and showed pictures. And she was making her bodybuilding debut at that show. It was at the Atlantic Coast NPC Championship. And she won the overall win physique. And I was very impressed. So, and you know what thing I like to get when I get a new bodybuilder who's fresh and wet off the line. We have here the lovely Mrs. Hayden Mohler, and we welcome her and we thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you for reaching out.
So, ma'am, what got you started in the sport, as I call it, muscle and masculinity? Please share.
I would say just getting into the gym to begin with started just because I've always been small. I've always been skinny, and it's always been somewhat uncomfortable being that small. And I just want to be big. So I went in with goal just to get big as a house. I didn't care. And I did that. And after a few years, people started noticing and they're like, so when are you going to compete? When are you going to do a show? And I never dreamed that I would be doing this right now. Like it's something that was totally off my radar. I just wanted to get big. And then finally one day we were at the gym and our friend Joe Reiser asked us, he's like, so when are you gonna get on stage? And I was like, man, I don't even know who would coach women's physique. And he was like, oh, Justin Jacoby. And I was like, who? He was like, big redheaded guy, just had knee surgery. I was like, oh, that guy. And that's where it started. Never dreamed that from April to now, this is where I would be.
Well, that's the thing is, when you get into this thing, especially go to the gym, like me and
Yeah,
Ace have talked to conversation, going to the gym was just some place for to maybe better improve their life, maybe to lose some weight or even to follow a dream they had. Some ladies been fan about it for a long time. And this was just an opportunity. And always you get the typical story, especially when you're working out and you start building. Everybody says, "Hey, bro, you gonna be
yeah,
doing shows, some shoes or something like that? Because you look diesel." You know,
right. I was like, nah, I just want to be big.
I'm big, and I'm not. I've never been a small little dainty thing. I mean, I got a lot bigger when when I was taking my mom, but then like I'm trying to slim down a little bit. I'm trying to get tight for the summer.
It's winter
So,
though. You gotta stay warm.
yeah, and I'm very popular now. When they don't want the woo, it's getting like, hey, big dad, can you say, nah, okay, that's cool. But yeah, that's the thing about bodybuilding. It's a passion sport. There's not a lot of opportunities, especially when it comes for the women. It can be a lot. It can be daunting, to train, to have a life, to have a career. Um, Also, I looked on your social media that you also were in the military. What branch and what was your position when you were in the military?
I was in the army and I was a Black Hawk crew chief for 6 years.
Oh, wow. You deal with the copters. Wow, cool.
Yeah, oh yeah,
So
and I
what got
still
you?
do. I love it.
Yeah, what got you into the military?
Um, just I tried college and I just was kind of over going to classes. Like the technical part of it, like going because I did welding too while I was in college. Like that part was cool, but it was just all I felt like I needed something else. And my dad was in the military, so I had to.
Well, for to you, both you and your father, as a citizen of this country, I appreciate the sacrifice you've made on behalf of us. I mean, thank you is never enough because, like I said, I was talking earlier. My oldest niece and one of my younger nephews, they served. They're both in the army. It's a good life, good career, but also it's a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's also a lot of stuff that's going to involve in it. I'm not going to too much details, but I respect what y'all do. Most people won't be have courage. I was thinking about joining when I was young. I was in high school. I passed the AFAB, and I was thinking about the Marine Corps. But then I
Mhm.
had a job. And then when you have a job, you can take your
Yeah,
time up. And then
right.
also, I went to college for a bit, but I didn't graduate.
I didn't either. I hated it.
And I think it's not for everybody. I remember somebody saying that sometimes there are people needed for certain places. Not everybody's meant to go to college. Sometimes there's
No.
people needed to do the work or to join the military. So anyway, you made your debut at the Atlantic Coast. What was that feeling like for you?
Um, I want more. I want to do it again.
So that's why you're
Um,
doing the nationals next week.
yes. So we got, yeah, just a week left today.
Time goes by, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's flown by like super fast, this prep.
What's your feeling now being on this, like, especially for prep for yourself? This is your first time competing, and now you already nationally qualified.
Um, like I said, it's gone by so fast. Like it's hard to believe. I don't even know how to explain it. Because I've never done this before, so I don't really know what to expect. So it's just every day something new, you know?
It's like adapting to a different situation. Like especially when you get in the military, you have to learn stuff, things new, way to act, how to behave. The
Yeah,
training
and
is
I
more
love
important.
change.
Yeah, yeah, and the training is also, is one thing when you have to be very, as I've often people tell me, consistent. You have to be diligent. You have to be regimental, and that's the thing about military background. That comes in handy for
Yeah,
bodybuilding.
that structure. Yeah.
Mhm.
It was I guess it was a easy transfer, like a translation of just a routine.
Mhm. Yeah. So, how long you been with Justin Jacoby?
Since April this year.
Short relationship. How you like his work?
I love him. He's the best. The like I said, I went into this having no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to eat right. I didn't know whether I was working out wrong. I didn't know how to pose, and he's just put it all together for me and made me what I am.
I know the last month at the Atlantic Coast, it was yourself, April, a couple other ladies. He had a stable of women competing.
Yeah, I think he had 7 athletes there.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, he's probably one of the up and comers. Like I know, some popular ones. Like if you look at someone like Shelby Starnes, Brandon Ray. Also, there's Nasir. I mean, but it's good that you have a relationship with
Mhm.
Justin.
Yeah, and he's taken 11 of us to nationals.
That's pretty good. That's a fill in his cap.
Yeah.
So, folks, while we got Hayden here, we're gonna do this. We're gonna jump to her social media for a little bit. And if you want to follow her, you want to check her out, the links in the description of the live. But Hayden, I say this as a warning out there to guys out there who are fans of you ladies, guys. No weird stuff, no D pics. Stop it. Get some help. I know she's right now she's shirtless and she got her sleeves out and her arms out there, she's plump. But guys, come on, be calm down, calm yourself. So we're gonna jump into her social media a little bit. So you want to follow her, the links in the description of this live. And here she is right here with her your darling husband here. What's his name?
Yes.
How long y'all been together?
Dylan, 11 years in February.
Oh, and where'd y'all meet?
We were actually in the military together. Funny story, we went to basic and AIT together. We're both aviation, but we didn't start talking until he was deployed. I was supposed to deploy, and my unit was going to relieve his. And we just kind of started talking on Facebook.
That's good. I mean, and also to him, I say, appreciate the sacrifice he made for our country. And that's good that he supported 11 years. Wow, I've been together.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's love. And here she is right
Yeah.
here. Wow, she has. Wow, this is look at the shoulders on her. I mean, what do you feel like is your best physical feature, if you could say?
I always thought it was my arms, but now everybody says it's my abs. So I guess I'll say abs.
Yeah, I think a great set of abs is like a centerpiece of a masterpiece of a physique. You want that good conditioning, you want that great core. But also everything else is important to prove on. Like at the Atlantic Coast, Did you get a critique from the judges of what you need to work on, especially this is going to be your national debut?
I did not. I'm just trusting what Justin says.
That's good. Yeah, yeah. It's only a handful of competitors don't ever ask the critique of the judges because they really want the feedback, especially when you come into a big event like the Nationals, which is one of the last pro qualifiers for this year. And here's the pictures for the show, and look at her. Wow, she does have a great set of abs. I actually was talking to her on IG in a DM saying like, I remember I did an interview a while back with Tracy Gall, if you know her. She's a IFB Physique Pro, and this was 3 weeks after she got a pro card in Australia, and she was doing some posing, and I said to her, "You have Olympic level physique." And I'm telling you, young lady, you have a pro level physique. I mean, just a few tweaks here and there. I most definitely feel like you're going to get your pro card.
That's the goal. Um, this at this point, compared to the last show, I feel like I'm in a lot better conditioning, so I should look nasty on stage.
Well, like I said, you like from these pictures, you look pretty good. I mean, just whatever Justin's doing to bring you up, especially getting ready for next week for nationals. It's some good work. You know, so
Well, we know
as
what
a
we did last time, so we're just gonna repeat and do it a little better.
wash and repeat. So, like doing this, what else do you do outside of bodybuilding? You have a career, anything else you feel like you might be interested in?
Um, Outside of bodybuilding, I do have a career. I work for Sikorsky, Lockheed Martin. I'm a flight operations manager. So again, Blackhawks every day. It's my life, and I love it.
Yeah, yeah. My sisters worked for Lockheed. They worked for the postal part of it I think they used to work for Lockheed, but then the post office, took their department
Okay.
out, and then yeah, that was a long time ago, you know. But here again, she has impressive body, fellas. I mean, wow, Here's the thing about, especially when you look at women in bodybuilding, there's a stigma to it because it's a extreme sport, and people don't think that women should have muscle. They feel like muscle should be exclusively for men. What's your thoughts on it?
Uh, why? Like, why can't I be as big as I want to be? Why is it wrong to look the way I'm comfortable looking?
Well, you got to remember society's like this.
Why is it wrong to be strong?
Well, here's about society. Everybody has the idea of what should be the norm. Men, we should be the ones with the muscles and strong, all that. Women, you're supposed to be are soft and feminine, and you're supposed to be the ones who bear our children, and make sure you keep the home fires cooking, and everything like that. But again, it's about what you want for yourself as an athlete, and this is what you are. You are an athlete.
All right, and I wasn't raised like that. My parents have always been supportive, let me do whatever I want to do. If I want to go play hockey, then I went and played hockey. I want to go ride a bull, I went and rode a bull. Like, there was never any kind of standard set.
So
Of
you're
course,
very
my mom wanted a little girl that she could doll up, but I mean, she knew from the get go that wasn't me.
well, that's how it is with all women. My mother, I had three older sisters, and there were me and my older brother, my younger brother. She treated us differently, or we were the ones where we grew up country. We had to do a lot of the heavy lifting, like, cutting wood, pumping water. My sisters did their part too, but they also had to, do the stuff that women do. That's how it is. It's just that it's old ideals that still exist. It's hard to change,
Yeah.
and I think people have to accept it. Like it's again with your family, like your mom and dad. Are there any more of you or just you?
Oh no, there's a few of us.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm the oldest of six altogether.
Oh,
We're a
okay.
very blended family, but yeah, there's
So
a lot of us.
So you're the firstborn.
Yeah, I was the test.
I'm the middle son. Now, actually, my brother, he's my mother's oldest son, but he's one of the middle children. But I'm a middle child. You know what? The
Okay.
problem with y'all, you old ones, you know what? You're the one who get all the attention, and the babies get attention. You know what? Us middle kids got to fight for our love. We have to fight. But I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. Just some
You're
fun.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's go. So yeah, that's the thing. It's good that you have the support from your family because it's tough because it's good to know you as a person because most people I have anybody tell me that they had to deal with maybe family members or friends not understanding what they got into it, what they're doing in bodybuilding, because it's such a extreme sport. It's such a fringe sport because it's not like the everyday sports. Like I said, you grew up and you
Right.
were very athletic. You did some bull riding.
Yeah, for a little bit.
I, mean, I don't know. I don't know if I won't be riding a stake. But yeah. But the thing is that because this is such a extreme sport, bodybuilding, and because of always the issue, one thing that they all talk about is steroids. But here's the thing, and if I've often have heard this, it's not the be all part of it. It's only one of the things that helps in the factors to grow as an athlete. If you're not consistent, if you don't follow a diet, you don't work out, you don't train, you
Yeah.
don't be regimental, whatever you take, it doesn't help.
Right. It's a support. It's an amplifier in a way.
Because
But
we
yeah, with recovery. But you can take steroids all day, but if you're not working out and you're not dieting properly, then it's not going to do you any good.
that's true. We have here shout to the man Manuel coming through. He says this. Always, he says this. Says, "Hi George, hi Mrs. Mola. Nice to meet you. Genuine fan of female bodybuilding here. Thank you, my man, my brother Emmanuel coming through." He says this. Also, I'm against the idea that women shouldn't have muscles. Who are we to uh, detect that men, especially a woman, can do what she wants, dictate, okay, with her body. As a man, I can accept that and support that. Yeah, because you know what? That's good. That's
Absolutely.
my man. Yeah, he's an enlightened man, but the everyday average
Yeah.
man is not as comfortable with it. Like I know
No.
your husband loves you and he supports you, and
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Yes. Without him, I would not be here. He's done this every step of the way. He's pushed me every day. It's
Has
he's a
has he ever thought about getting involved himself, or he feel like, nah, I'm just standing here, baby. I'll be your cheerleader.
he is 100% comfortable being in a support role. Like he's a
And
big boy, but he doesn't want to do this.
I think the thing is the diet is important. You have to be.
Yeah, and with that, like he has been doing the diet with me, and he's lost about 50 pounds. So,
That's
like I
benefit.
said, he's there every step of the way.
That's a benefit. That's a benefit because making healthy choices. Like here's a story about myself. I've been a big person for a long time. I used to play football and lift weights while I was high school, but then I got into the real world, and then sometimes you don't have the time. You have to make time if you can, but sometimes
Yeah.
life can be busy. Because I was holding down two jobs. I was working when I was my 16 till I was like about 30. I was working at a gas station. And then I was working textiles 13, 14 years and working here, going to school, working here. I even had a job working in a gentleman's club. I like to pull that out. And, it's just you got to find the time to try to work in the workout and the diet into your life.
Yeah. That was a struggle for a few weeks just trying to figure out when we need to do everything. And like I even changed my work schedule, and everybody at work's been super supportive, so that's been great. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do without my support system.
And that's good. Especially when you get sport, you need that support system because this sport can be mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially draining. Between the training and diet, but then also the other stuff that comes along with it. Because as a female in the sport, you have to present yourself both with femininity and
Hmm.
muscularity. You have to walk that fine line where you
Yeah,
don't, you want to look like, this monster coming out there, but also you want to look like a beauty queen.
a pretty monster.
Pretty, yeah, you are a pretty monster. That's the thing is, the standard of people idea of beauty is not the same as everybody else. Like, I think you're attractive, young lady. I think you are.
Thank you.
But then, ma'am, I'm a Southern gentleman, ma'am. It's my pleasure to tell a lady that she's just beautiful. It's not, you don't need to thank me for that. It's in my nature. But the everyday person may not think it because they will see the muscles and
They'll
say
see the
that,
muscles, they'll see the tattoo, they'll see my weird haircut, and it's
yeah,
off-putting.
yeah. I'm not a big, honestly, I'm not a big fan of tattoos. I think everybody, it's teach your own. I don't have any. I got scars and stuff and lumps like that. I don't need any of that. But how many you have, and which one's your favorite?
Hmm. I don't know because they all run together, but probably Jason on my hand.
James.
Jason Voorhees.
I never liked those movies. That I remember one time we were a kid, my older brother sisters they went to the rental store and bought it and said, "We watched Friday 13th." I jumped out of the room and left. I was like, look, I couldn't. I can watch Aliens. I can watch that, but something about that one, just that.
Yeah.
Yes, like, oh hell no, So yeah, but you're really into, like I said, I know that you and your husband like to dress up for Halloween. What did you dress up for this year?
I'm really into Halloween and he's just along for the ride. He's all about Christmas, but I
Ah,
live for everything spooky, everything horror. But we were Chucky and Tiff this year.
that's nice. I, I mean, like Halloween for me seemed like Thanksgiving. I mean, like Christmas. It's for the kids. I don't even. I used to when my mom was alive. I used to. She say buy the candy for the kids, and I said okay. But then she
Yeah.
got. I shut my door and talk my like, hey, y'all get shit from me, and I'm done. But that's a good thing that you enjoyed that you and him both. And you have a good relationship, a good support. Like as a bodybuilder, is there anybody in the sport you really follow or you admire as a competitor?
So Dana Lynn Bailey is the reason I started going to the gym. I saw a picture of her and I was like, that's her. That's what I want to look like. And I mean, I know she doesn't compete anymore, but she's still very, very impressive.
Yeah, I think quite a few ladies tell me that's their favorite one, Daleen Bailey. Was a big fan of her because when Physique came out, I was a big fan of division at first. I call it watered down women's bodybuilding. I've been following bodybuilding from like up to almost last time we competed, up to people as far as some of my favorites, especially back in the day were Corey Everson, Linda Murray, Iris Kyle. I actually one lady I got